Welcome to INS, the International News Service, your source for the most important weird news from across the globe. With news analyst Kevin Harrison, actor, comedian, and musician Mike Wiebe, and professional commentator Brian Camp. INS, the news you need.
I need to play a game of badminton. Pass me that pack of merits.
Yeah. You know, it is weird that so many cigarettes are connected to games of shuttlecock.
It is.
All right, don't listen. All right, you know, you guys, if I'm going to get on here and use language to its full effect, I can't have you, junior highin it up in here, okay?
Wait, try it again.
That's
I'm
not
ready.
shuttlecock. I put my shuttlecock up her fanny.
Mm-hmm. I was so angry at the score, I slammed my shuttlecock right into their face.
I slammed my shuttlecock into my opponent's mouth.
Did you score?
To score. Did you guys get the text with the photo I drew for you?
Oh,
yes.
Did you draw that?
I drew that.
Wait, that wasn't Jim Davis drawing Garfield?
It's very similar.
It was.
I'm able to mimic his art style very well.
I thought I was prepared for that to be a story of you walking near a junior high and finding a spiral notebook under a bush. Like, oh, okay.
No.
Not a proud. I drew that.
Well, for anybody that doesn't follow me on Twitter, this is the kind of stuff you're missing. At Mike Wiebe on Twitter.com, I wrote, quote, "Fuck Mondays, they can eat my shit while they suck my dick." And the quote was attributed to Garfield. Uh-huh. And then somebody questioned me how those two things were possible at the same time. And I drew a photo. What I imagine, I was like, well, you got to understand, or I drew whatever. It looks like a photo. It's like photorealistic. I drew a drawing that's photorealistic, but I was like, it's cartoon. Garfield's a cartoon. So by cartoon logic, what he would do is he would, Mondays would be anthropomorphized into a person. Mm-hmm. And while he was having a Monday go down on him, he would reach around from the backside and pull the person's bottom lip as really far, cartoonishly far, and then take a shit while that was happening.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm looking at it as you describe it. It's making a lot more sense now.
I'm glad that we're describing.
But I think I labeled everything. There's Garfield, there's Mondays, there's shit, and then there's Garfield's cat dick.
It's very helpful.
But our podcast has gotten to where we're just describing Mike's pornographic sketchbook.
It's not pornographic. I mean, no, it's not pornographic because it's not made. It's not made for titillation. It's not made to arouse. But you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, it probably could arouse a certain, a weirdo.
A weirdo, or 35% of our listenership, Mike. That's
true. We do have a few weirdos listening.
At least one algorithm has connected us to the Rim Reaper.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
I think multiple occasions now, maybe.
Yeah, at least twice.
I mean, I'm not even going to say that.
And then fan art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Philip Pampers drew us some fan art.
The great Philip Pampers.
Yes. Thank you, Philip Pampers.
I don't know. It might be my best work. It might, I've already been asked for commissions because of it. Mm-hmm. Dave Sherrill, eat your heart out.
What are you charging for a commission?
I don't know. I don't even know what you do charge for art. What I need to do, I need to make that an NFT.
You know what? There's probably money to be made in that.
Yeah.
And I think the real value of it, and Mark mentioned this, is just that anyone could pick up your drawing and immediately know what was going on because
it's labeled pretty well.
Hopefully labeled the shit I wouldn't have known what the swirl of ballpoint pen meant had you not labeled it for everyone. Mondays, that was John, right?
Yeah.
So Mondays is John?
No, it kind of looks like John, but it's just I mean, I guess it probably is John. Actually, John is what Garfield meant by the Mondays. Mm-hmm. I hate Monday because he's a cat and he doesn't really. It's not that he's not smart enough to learn John's name. It's just that he sees him as the embodiment of everything lame. It's like Monday.
I'm
typical
concerned
cat owner relationship.
You drew this cartoon about Mondays, and we always seem to record on Mondays.
Well, we're recording a shorter thing today, and that's why I'm so down.
And
also because I had such a good weekend, and it's been I'm going from sixth gear back to first gear. And I didn't get a lot of time to downshift.
No Jake break.
I don't even know what that is.
I believe that's Jake breaking. I'm not sure. Mark knows about trucking.
I do.
I don't know. I hope.
You've seen Convoy.
I have seen Convoy.
Haven't you guys seen those no Jake break signs? You enter in certain by city ordinance, no Jake breaking.
I've never seen that.
Hey, Jake can break wherever he wants to break in my town.
I've seen no lot lizards.
Yeah. No, I think that is on steep grades. I think a truck will sometimes downshift. You downshift to slow down so you don't overheat your brakes.
As an American, I would never let a sign tell me how to run my vehicle.
Especially if it's called Jake breaking.
Yeah. Jake Tapper. That liberal stooge, Jake Tapper. I don't let him tell me shit.
That's how your brain works, Mike.
Because I tell you what, I got a heckering for some mectoring. Give me that ivermectin.
Back to ivermectin. That's right.
I feel like I predicted a few weeks ago that would go away, and I feel a little naive now. I think that's with this through the fall.
I listened to a thing about it that was actually like, that it may be like, it's not like it's apparently it's not working. The efficacy is not there, but also not to like defend any ding dong. Apparently there is like a case to be made. Like it's not just horse dewormer. They use it for horse dewormer in large doses, but apparently they use it for other stuff in smaller doses. But it's still apparently not it's not really helping.
Well, it could be helping. It could help with this, but they've never done it. They're conducting studies on that now. They haven't.
Yeah.
Just like the vaccine, Kevin.
No.
You ever think about that?
And released it and approved it, and it's based on hundreds of years of specific science.
It pushed that approval. It is not based on any kind of science. It's not even. You can't even call it a vaccine.
Yeah.
That's why the FDA won't finally approve it, because they know they can't call it a vaccine, Kevin.
No, they did approve it though. It's had final approval.
Nope. That is not true. Not true, Kevin.
It's as valid as Biden's hairpiece.
That's the metaphor I was going to use.
Antibiotics, that means anti-life. Do I want some of that? No way. I'm pro-life. Give me probiotics when I'm sick.
You're pro-life?
Some people's.
I think it's time to get started here. Welcome to the International News Service. This is our third part of the exciting... We meet at Mark's house, we hang out, we play video games, we record a couple podcasts, and then we go to the Holistic Fair.
Yeah, it's pretty wordy. I think we should workshop that. How about the Gunslinger trilogy?
Okay.
Weekend at Marky's. It could be Weekend at Marky's.
No.
Okay.
Oh, like Marky Post? Like a tribute thing to Marky Post?
Is there a third Weekend at Bernie's?
How a Weekend at Bernie Sanders and his fucking $35 million house. How do you think that? How can he live with himself? He lives in a fucking house with a dolphin tank in it.
We're your hosts. I'm Kevin Harrison, along with...
I'm Brian Camp.
I'm Mike, rested and ready Weeby. And over in the hot seat, the crossfire zone, ready to snipe down anyone from his perch high atop a tower in the 1960s.
This is getting dark.
It's Mark Ryan. I shan't go further lest it spoil the ending. Mark Ryan.
Hey guys.
See there?
Oh wow.
There he is.
Husky, very husky this evening.
That's all you're getting.
Have you?
God damn. A little bit like a threat, I think.
I'm wearing a pair of Huskies.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Like pants?
Mm-hmm. That was a rough thing to put kids in.
Huskies, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could read and figure out what was going on with that by the second or third grade.
Wasn't that also a term when you would say somebody who's stout?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they made those pants were like for bigger kids, for wider kids.
You might
and
say huskier kids.
Yeah, and you'd see like some kid lift his arms up, his shirt would pull up, and you'd see Huskies, and then the crueler of the fourth graders would...
Talking about Brian right now.
Not true.
Well, Brian probably went to some super fancy pants, no bullying grade school. I wish the kids were just calling people Husky at Jennings Elementary.
I'm not talking about elementary schools.
They had socks full of rolled quarters.
Yeah. So a bunch of rich kids walking around with $5, huh? I didn't have that kind of money.
And then we found out those weren't rolled quarters at all. They were just they were quarter things. That's how they got them into school. But really, they were just pieces of lead pipes cut off in there. How did they cut them? These kids knew how to weld. These fourth graders knew how to weld.
See, fourth graders didn't have any skills at all at my school, and they just brought dead batteries that had previously been whipped at them by their stepdads. Just had a collection at home. They brought those like D-cell batteries.
Well, it sounds like they are using a lot of electronics at home. Must be a pretty nice home because they're in there using electronics, using Casio keyboards, putting their Tomy electronic robots in there. Those $100 robots that you could that only rich kids had. Maybe they're loading up their GI Joe aircraft carriers.
You're just describing your bedroom. You're just describing the doubles you had when you were growing up. Your folks got you two of everything, one to play with and one to keep.
So we went on a trip this weekend. Where'd we go on Sunday?
Well, Fort Worth, Texas.
What did we see in Fort Worth, Texas?
Oh boy, what didn't we see? That's the question. What didn't we see?
Brian, what did we see in Fort Worth, Texas this weekend?
We saw the sunrise and the sunset. We saw the song The Stockyards played out over a once and still in grand city.
Saw Wampus cats.
We did see Wampus cats. We saw 2 Wampus cats. Real cat, by the way. Look it up. Probably more in danger than the ocelot.
It has 2 tails, which is pretty unusual for a cat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we did see as well? We saw a painting of a dolphin with wings.
What was that? No.
Oh, no.
One of the psychic ladies. Okay.
We gotta let them know. So the INS news team, we infiltrated the Fort Worth Holistic Fair.
Bum, 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 bum.
By buying tickets.
I'm going to say we got out. They did not know who we were.
Except for when we told them.
Because they did not care. They were very nice people.
Yeah, they were happy to have us there.
Yeah.
It was, I will say, so yeah, we went down. We were trying to get some scoops, hopefully maybe meet a cryptid. I was hoping there'd be a booth with a cryptid in it. They were not. There
were a couple people who conceivably could have been some sort of hidden cryptid, perhaps.
Yeah,
right?
They could have been. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if they're like, hey, we've got, this is the cryptid booth, and we have a chupacabra that you can, and for $5, you can get a stick and jab it. So I wouldn't have been surprised. I was kind of surprised they didn't have some cryptids to look at. What I was surprised is that one of the booths, mostly there's a lot of crystal stuff there, a lot of psychics ready to read your tarot cards. There was some candles there, some people that do witch spells. But the thing that was most surprising was the booth that offered new windows for your house.
Renewal by Anderson, Mike.
Renewal by Anderson windows. And
that's a free plug. They're not sponsoring the show.
I feel like did at any point did they look around and realize that they booked a booth for the wrong weekend?
Right. Isn't it like the final scene of a 1980s sitcom where it shows the characters who weren't there all week somehow saw their windows at how did we get here?
You think they maybe like they were going down the list and they meant to click on the Home and Garden show, and the one previous to that on the list, because it was alphabetical, was the Holistic Fair?
It would seem like that is the Blue Oyster Bar from Police Academy for those people.
Right. Thank you for that. That is exactly what it needs. What it is. That's
Well, you don't get into Windows to be around a woman blowing incense in your face and offering to read your foot lines, the handprint of your feet.
Did you get that done?
I ain't want nobody playing with my feet.
I really wish I had heard that from across the room, at least at one point.
Ticklish.
It just would have.
Yeah, I did make that mistake. Because part of me looked around and go like, what a glorious grift to get paid $20 to flop down cards and tell people the most generic ass shit.
Not Shelby, though. She flopped down cards and told us the truth.
Yeah, no, I mean, there might be something to. I mean, I think there could be a thing of doing that. The reading that we saw to our friend Jeff Humper, I didn't have
Jeff
a
Humper,
lot.
friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Jeff Humper. I didn't. There was a little. I mean, there was stuff there, but I mean, he was, But everything she said, I was just like, if I was sitting right there, it would have applied to me 100%, but in a completely different way.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And I don't think Shelby's readings did that. I felt like her stuff was like pretty, like the readings she gave to you guys, I don't think applied to me.
And here's the audio from the tarot reading.
And for a potential future, we're looking at the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is a very wise person. He spent many, many years self-reflecting and going in all kinds of different ways to find himself. And I think that's what this is really pointing towards. You're finding some sort of, there's some sort of direction you're heading to that's helping you towards your path. And this is to let you know that you're heading towards the right path. You're going to be knowledgeable. You're going to understand yourself more. You're going to feel more at ease with who you are as a person. Does anything help on that one?
Yeah, it does, actually.
Awesome. I love to hear that.
A good amount of it makes sense.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That one right at the end is going to be able to take that.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
Do you have any closing thoughts you want to share about reading Jeff?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you've had a lot of turmoil in your life, but you're finally coming to sort of a place of self-actualization and stability, and I'm really happy for you on that.
That's very true, actually. So.
Glad to hear that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I want to be a grifter. I mean, you guys know this. I've been very transparent about it. I want to make money off marks, not Ryan's.
Off Mark? Oh, okay.
Not Ryan's, but marks in the traditional, I use the term not as a person's name, but I will say, so if that's the best thing you can do, all you got to do is look 2 aisles over and realize how bad it could be, and that would be rubbing a greased up old lady's feet because you're so bad at giving massages that you have to do it with the auspice of I can tell your future by how, because anybody that's getting their foot rubbed to get the truth out of them does not take good care of their feet.
This is a serious question. Was that a foot psychic or was that just a reflexology place?
That was a foot psychic.
Okay.
Wow.
I didn't see the foot psychic.
Honestly, that was probably just a different kind of grift. That was someone who only can masturbate by rubbing feet, but also tricking people. That's where Tarantino would have gone if he also needed the feet to be of people that he's tricked.
Well, isn't it the ultimate grift if you not only do you make a lot of money, but you get enjoyment out of the work you do. So
exactly.
Yeah, that is true. In a way, they are living the dream.
Yeah, if you have, you know what they say is that famous saying: if you have a job that makes you come, you'll never work a day in your life.
So Brian, what did you see? Just give me one of the things.
Oh, one of the many things that I saw.
Yeah.
Pay to park. Pay to get in. Pay to feel a little bit like a sucker maybe if you're not into it. Pay for a candle that is probably being sold just by a vendor.
What candle did you get?
I didn't. Mike did.
I did.
Oh, what did he get?
It's a cat with 3 eyeballs.
Whoa.
And a mountain of skulls.
No, I will be very honest. I was surprised at the holistic fair because I expected there to be a little more quantum magic, a little more costuming. Like I thought there were going to be people dressed up the way I expect their profession to look, and it's
like Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Like Doctor Strange.
He's a sorcerer,
but not like Merlin.
No, like
Merlin's a wizard. Doctor Strange is a sorcerer.
Well, you want a wizard and a sorcerer. You want a necromancer. You want all those thinto You want.
Yeah. I wish a necromancer would have been there. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there was, and we didn't. Maybe we didn't go into building Annex A to see the performers of the dark arts. Maybe that's where all the chicken bone rolling or finger bones. Did we ever get to the bottom of that?
Yeah, there weren't any finger bones there.
It's not what we were getting to the bottom of.
There were runes there. There were people that could do runes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, Mike, what was your impression of as a practicing sound bather?
Yeah, Mike, you had some experience as sound bathing.
Let me say first, get back to what I was talking about. As I was strolling through the
promenade.
The promenade.
I
came upon there was a woman that was charging $30 for 15 minutes to read your something or other, and she had a poster, and it had a sort of a white woman, but I think with a headdress that had sort of a light shining, emitting from her head, and then below that, it was kind of like a Drew Struzan style movie poster where kind of like the big heads like you would see of like a head of someone looking out, and in the bottom corner it featured a dolphin that was jumping out of the ocean. But not only was it jumping, it had large wings that were poorly photoshopped upon it. What does that mean? And when it comes that's a cryptid. That is definitely a cryptid. I've never even heard of that cryptid. I fucked up. Honestly, I should have just barged my way in. She was reading somebody, and I should have said, "Hey, you getting the reading, shut the fuck up. What's up with the flying dolphin? We are not discussing anything else but a flying dolphin." But honestly, and it is unlike me to not ask that question in a rude way.
No.
And the only reason I can think that it didn't happen was she did some sort of bewitching spell to make me so confused by looking at it. There was some sort of spell on the painting, I think, that when you look at it, you kind of forget who you are and you don't have the boldness of the alpha male mindset.
So you're the victim of some kind of spell casting. Is that?
I'm afraid so. I am truly afraid so.
Okay.
Right.
Were you a victim of spellcasting before this, and this has made it worse?
I mean, I did. There was that incident back in high school where we refused the advances of a psychic woman in Louisville, Texas. And this you know what? Honestly, this
could have been there.
This might have been the same woman that was running that.
Yeah.
I never looked at that. And she maybe cast a displacement spell to, look like something else, some sort of illusionary spell.
Maybe the unicorn or the winged dolphin was a trap of some kind. Maybe you were somehow bewitched.
Now I do know, to back up what Brian is saying, when we were talking to the sound bather / Reiki lady, she said that she was playing her sound bowl, and she said this stimulates your pineal gland, to which Mike went, "Yeah, my pineal gland is stimulated."
It was.
And then I asked her about the movie From Beyond, which is about a...
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I had the class not to bring it up because I assumed that they would be mad
maybe
about that.
She's a fan of H.P. Lovecraft.
Well, what I wanted to say to her was, Reiki, well, make sure you come by my house this fall. Need you to bag it up. Bag up all the leaves.
Is that something?
It's the funniest thing you've said. Oh man, I am tickled.
That would be some real good prank. That'd be a good prank call.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Can you do some Reiki at my?
Right.
I've got a big pile of dead leaves. I don't want to get cursed again. I don't know if they can curse people over the phone.
I bet Reiki can. That's
Well, so she did she had a bunch of bowls out. I believe it was the one for the the pine saw gland, and she I think she said it was going to be good for energy, and she got sort of a big wand, and she scrubbed the outside of the bowl. Which really, I'm like, what are you doing? You doing your dishes here?
We've got some recordings.
What was the sound like, Mike? What was it? Can you describe the sound?
It was actually like surprisingly loud. I was standing right above it, and it kind of like strobes it feels like a binaural kind of thing where it gets alternately louder on each side of you, and it does have like a little bit of a dizzying effect when you're listening to it. Of all the religions or pseudosciences, undefined
disciplines,
I would say that I could easily find myself falling to that before another one because it does make you feel something.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mark, can we roll the tape on that one?
It helps you to receive messages easier. So if you're someone that's not really attuned to the spiritual world, this will let you follow your intuition just a little bit easier. That little thought that comes in the morning that's like, maybe I should get my keys today and put them here. Yeah. And when you don't do it, you lose them.
Yeah.
That's that inner guidance.
This is not related to anything, but have you seen the movie From Beyond from the 80s?
No.
It's about a pineal gland. I'm not making this up. It's about a pineal gland that goes crazy and causes this guy to murder people.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's
No, we don't think that.
But if I do that, my blood is on your hands.
If anything, you're gonna go and heal someone now.
I probably will.
Yeah.
That sounds like me more than bloodlust. I think I probably am more of a healer
than a murderer.
He does work with sounds.
Oh, okay.
I do, yeah. But it's crazy that I definitely felt there's a kind of strobing effect.
Yes. Cool. So when I'm working on someone, if I have my hands here, I'll feel the energy going side to side from ear to ear.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that would say, "What were you doing?" I could feel something just clicking side to side.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm gonna grab your card over here.
Yeah. Go ahead, take one.
Well, that vibration, I like that because that vibration is an excellent way to explain the sympathetic magic of quantum magic, the way those spells operate, where the vibrations that she induced in the bowl then were mirrored and picked up in your own mind.
I wonder if you could rub that bowl and if it would loosen things up for another bowl.
You're talking about the vibrations? You're talking about I understand, yeah.
Like if something was real, if something in your body was like just blocked up, if you could use those to vibrate to break that blockage up, and then
release your energy,
release whatever, break up whatever, and then another, and then maybe you would be helped out by another bowl afterwards.
Then the grift is on.
Yes. I don't know. There's a lot of, there's also a table full of what I think was driveway gravel and other broken up just street rocks.
Yeah.
Somebody paid whatever $150 for a table and brought what they were hoping they could get out of just a bunch of, they went to the quarry and picked up what they found on the ground and rolled up there, fingers crossed that they were going to get a little bit over and, maybe find someone to sponge some money off of and get high with.
Yeah. Did you notice how many tables had polished rocks on them?
A lot of polished rocks
that had been through a tumbler. If you ever go to a rock hounding show, or the next time you go to a rock and mineral show, true rock collectors don't like tumbled stones. I'm surprised to see that two groups that largely sell their wares at fairs and other conventions have such different views on rocks and minerals.
Do you feel like the Windows people could have done better if they'd had just a couple polished rocks?
That's such a high margin business. Those dudes, they get one commission on those windows. They're probably set for life. It is probably worth it for them to be there. I mean, it's a room full of probably 35% really cool, interesting people.
Yeah,
and then about
like ourselves.
Yeah, like us, and like 65 just people who lack, what is it, credulity? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I think though, but let's be honest, like if they had half a brain, they would have come up with some window stickers that had runes on them.
Ooh.
That had something written in Elvish, or just a sticker of Elijah Wood's face.
Yeah.
And go like, hey, it's magic windows. And then, and just, because you are here at this fair, we're going to give you 10% off what is technically 40% more because it has the sticker on it.
They just have a lot of brochures where they've crossed out the name of the highest end model.
Yeah.
And written dragon's blood. Just, it's the standard, the premium, the ultra premium, and the dragon's blood.
And the dragon's blood.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I'm going for dragon's blood.
Quetzalcoatl cured glass.
Is Quetzalcoatl a bird?
It's more of a giant dinosaur creature.
Is it? Is that a cryptid?
Are
we? So in a way, okay.
The winged serpent.
Is that where?
Yeah, winged serpent.
Is that QAnon's reference then? You say Q, is that what we're talking about now?
No, that goes to that's something else. I wanted to just bring this up. I was given a truth bomb by someone.
Oh.
I have not had this disarmed yet. It says exceptions are made, make them, ask for them. It's a little card. Has some handwritten advice on it. And
I got a truth bomb too.
Can you hold it up to the light and tell if that's actually marker or if that is pre-printed?
It's pre-printed. It looks like it's marker. But I looked it up today and what is it? Danielle Laporte, who makes the truth bombs. She mass produces these. She has 2 different decks and you can just order them from her. So I was handed just a bunch of cards upside down, told to pick one. And I picked this truth bomb. So I interviewed Alicia A.E. from Soul Obsessed. Let's play that audio. So, okay. This is Kevin with the International News Service. What's your name?
Alicia.
Okay. And what is your company here?
So I have Soul Obsessed, being obsessed with connecting to your inner being. And I basically just share self-discovery tools. So so you're not always looking outside of yourself for answers. You can tune in and get answers for yourself.
Okay. And what are we doing here?
So I have these, they're called Truth Bomb cards. They were made by Danielle Laporte. And
who is that?
She is I don't know. I don't know how to describe her. She's the creator of the Desire Map, and she's written the other book, White Hot Truth.
Okay.
And she, again, they're all self-discovery tools.
Okay.
And I'm actually a licensed facilitator for her Desire Map program, so I also do one-on-one coaching with that.
Okay.
And so what I'm asking you to do is to draw a truth bomb card, and this is just like a little oracle card or a little, like just something for you to take. It might be even something funny, who knows.
It's not explosive.
I don't think so. One hasn't blown up on me yet.
Maybe
so.
emotionally.
Well, maybe. Sometimes.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go with this one right here.
Okay.
Do I look at it or?
Yeah, that's just for you to keep. And
do I show it to you or?
No, I mean, if you want to.
Exceptions are made. Make them. Ask for them.
Yeah, you don't always have to follow the rules.
I don't always follow the rules.
Yeah.
Do you think that there is an online course that you can take to get certified and get your foot in the door in the holistic healing and holistic practice community that involves a 1-hour lecture on the value of marketing and reaching out to people with items like truth bombs? And those truth bombs can be purchased at said class to get people certified to get their foot in the door at holistic fairs.
You might say that idea is explosive, Brian.
Well, I got this truth bomb. It says here, first morning's urine, COVID's a curin'. Actually, mine said, I got another one here. It said, interrupt anxiety with gratitude.
I think that would just give me more anxiety.
I think interrupting people is rude.
I looked up the person who's behind this and then the person who gave us this. And a lot of it's just about self-actualization and like kind of like, you know, planning your goals and projecting your goals. And then like you go through life and become a successful person. You might say it's light quantum magic.
Interesting. I'm trying to think what else. There was a psychic lady there who...
Mark's psychic was there,
but she's popular. She was booked the whole day.
She wouldn't even act like she recognized him. She was so busy.
I was wearing my mask. I haven't seen her in a year and a half, so...
she knew you were coming.
Yeah, if she's good.
That's true.
That must get real annoying. That must get real annoying for a psychic.
You knew I was going to be here. Why didn't you make time for me?
There was that thing that is not to psychic fairs, but to anywhere of you. When you're walking by all the tables, you kind of feel weird about making eye contact because they're like, it's like walking by a kennel and all the dogs want to get adopted. When you walk by them, they need, and they're so hungry. Like physically, they're hungry, you know, for attention and food and spiritually. And so that was kind of a weird thing of trying to make sure you don't make eye contact.
See, I had a similar but different thing. I was afraid to make eye contact because I thought one of these witches has the evil eye.
Yeah.
And if I make eye contact, my cattle are going to die.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. Sorry, I yawned. I've been super tired ever since that fucking lady stared me in the eye.
Have you checked on your cows?
Have you had any blisters form? Have you just
my milk
blistering?
I cannot keep milk. It keeps curdling.
Have there been more bugs kind of randomly in your house?
Yeah, actually there have been. My urine tastes so weird.
Anybody, any last thoughts?
I wanted to say it again like David Letterman.
Okay, say it one more time. Say it now.
First morning's urine, COVID's a curin'. You hear that, Mark?
Mark's got to play some keyboard.
First morning's urine, COVID's a curin'. Hear that one, Mark?
Do you want to hear something interesting about Mike's urine as well?
Yeah.
It also is sometimes used as a horse dewormer.
Oh.
First morning's urine, COVID's a curin'. That's a t-shirt right there.
I think that wraps up the Gunslinger trilogy of the International News Service. And check us out on Patreon. Check out our merch store on Redbubble. Check us out across social media at International News Pod. And feel free to email us at internationalnewspod@gmail.com. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, don't forget to drink your urine.
Why is that?
First morning's urine, COVID's a curin'.
Thank you for listening to the International News Service. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. INS, the news you need.